Hello and welcome back to another new vlog. My name is Bailey. I am a 4th grade teacher. Today we're starting another week in my life vlog. It is Monday and I just got to school. We have a full week of school this week and we have a lot going on. We're starting division this week, picking our topics for our next writing unit and getting started with that. We also have our Unit 2 math test this week. And today we're starting off with something fun. I brought in my Cricut and I have a Cricut project that I'm going to do after school today. I've had just a couple systems that I've used for bathroom passes over the years. My first year I had a bottle of hand sanitizer, one that said boys and girls. The student would ask to go to the bathroom, and then when I told them it was a good time and or if it was an emergency, they would go pick up the hand sanitizer, put it on their desk, and go to the bathroom. I only allow one boy and one girl in the bathroom at a time, so if the hand sanitizer wasn't available, then the student would know that they need to wait till somebody comes back. And then it's also a really good visual for me to have it as a reminder on their desk that that student is in the bathroom. I really liked that idea, but then I saw these little stands at Michael's that I Cricketed boys and girls onto. Those were great because, again, they could grab it, put it on their desk. It was a good visual reminder of who was in the bathroom at that time, but they were just from the little front section of Michael's. They weren't made very well. Obviously not well enough for 9-year-olds to be putting down on their desk, picking up, moving around all the time. The tops ended up falling off and it was just a mess. And then so far this year, I really haven't had any system. Obviously, most of the time I remember if somebody's in the bathroom, but I also do a quick scan before letting them go. Then I was on Pinterest and I saw this idea to use the little push lights, Cricut boys and girls on them. I'm going to put them right by my door, and if a student asks to go to the bathroom, they're just going to push it on the way out. That way we know that one boy or girl is in the bathroom. So I got these really big lights from Amazon, and I'm just going to use my Cricut to add boys and girls onto them this afternoon. It'll be super easy for them just to push. I thought they came with batteries. I'll just have to do the Cricketing today and bring some batteries in from home. But I'm excited to do that and add that to our classroom. That'll probably be after school. I'm going to get my computer going here and see what I need to get done this morning. Oh yes, starting division. I had some really nice strategy posters I think are in here. Posters and strategies are provided by my curriculum. They just actually updated the multiplication strategies. I got some new posters. Here they are. Just need to double check that they haven't been updated. This book is what we used to use to teach division, but we just got the updated version of our curriculum, and in the 3rd edition they took this out. We did an activity that was honestly more applicable to them with dividing into groups in the classroom, but I still think I want to do this maybe for read aloud today. I just made a quick copy of all the strategies, that way my mathematicians can cut them out and put them into their math notebooks this morning. So I have this ready to go. I'm going to read this to them too, and then right now I'm going to laminate the strategy posters. It's lunchtime now, and I just updated my books we've read bulletin board. Our math lesson went really well this morning. I had to do a little bit of review from our checkpoint the other day. A lot of my mathematicians struggled with this, so I just did a little whole group practice with that. And then we moved on to our division. We had started talking about division last week, but today we added all of our notes about remainders and did some practice with it. We also glued in all of our strategies and talked about them. And they had 2 pages that they were starting to work on for some practice, but they didn't get to too much of it today and get to finish it today, so that'll be tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're supposed to just talk through those problems. Everything else went well this morning, and then I'm preparing for our science activity this afternoon. They have their eye models ready from last week, and then this is the last piece that they'll need today. Normally for science activity days, I have been prepping our materials and putting them into little caddies. Common things that they'll need are scissors, paper clips, tape, so I like to just put those into caddies and have them ready to go on each desk. But today the only things that we're going to need are some scissors and then this card, so I don't really have to prep anything into caddies. I'm just going to set 5 out on each one of the tables, and then I'm also going to set out a tidy tub on each table. I made these over the summer with the intention of using them during science activities. We do a lot of cutting and there are a lot of little scraps and things. When they cut out the little pupil card, they're going to put the scraps in the tidy tub, and then they're also going to eventually cut out the little pupil. They can put that in the tidy tub, and then before we leave, one person can just take it over to the recycling bin. And this has worked out really well for us, making sure that little scraps don't get on the floor and that they all make it to the recycling bin. So I'm going to pull these out again today, and this will be all we need for this afternoon. Right now, I was trying to get into Cricut and see if I could start designing my bathroom passes, but for some reason, I think the Wi-Fi connection wasn't really working with my computer. I'm trying to troubleshoot that right now. I think I'm going to continue doing that because I'm ready for this afternoon, and my kids are about to come back anyway. But until they come back, I'm going to try to work on this, and then we'll finish this project up hopefully after school. It's obviously after school now, and I came right back to my classroom and got to work on my Cricut project. I made these little push lights for our bathroom passes. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I noticed that I don't have any batteries here. Let me double check. They did not come with batteries, which is kind of a bummer because I really wanted to get them up today, but I do have batteries at home. I'm just going to bring them in tomorrow and then I can put them up on the wall. I'm just going to put them right by my door, but that will be a job for tomorrow morning. This looks good for now. I'm going to clean up my mess, reset my whiteboard, and then get out of here for today. I will see you tomorrow when I can hang these up. Good morning. I just got to school and I'm really excited to get these lights up. I have my batteries. I got the actual push lights from Amazon and I haven't already said that. I can link them down below. Oh, I didn't even see this. They come with Velcro. I guess I can try to hang it with the Velcro first. Okay, love that. I was going to use my double-sided heavy-duty tape, but the thing with this is that if I need to change the batteries, then it's not going to be easy for me to take this down. But I would absolutely recommend this tape from Amazon if you know that you want to keep something up for a while or if it's heavy. I have my clock hung by this heavy-duty double-sided tape. I also hung my In This Class We're Family with the tape because they're heavy and things that I know I'm going to want to keep up. I will do the Velcro for now though and see how it goes. Okay, so excited. I don't want to put them on the door because my door kind of slams and I feel like they'll fly off. I also need to keep them somewhere that the kids can reach and I can see them from anywhere that I am around the room, but I do want them near the door. Alright, let's go find a spot for them. I'm thinking that this is going to be the best place for them just because it's by the door. I don't open this a lot, and if I do, I can be careful about it, and then I can also see it from anywhere around the room. So I think that I'm going to put them here. It's also a place where they can reach, so we're going to try it there. They look perfect over here right by the door. They're not too bright. They look very bright on camera, but I can still read the word boys and girls from over here. I think they are perfect. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I have a few things that I need to really lock in on this morning. I need to do some work with writing, lesson planning, and then I also have meetings during my plan time and things. So I'm going to have a very busy rest of the day. I need to take advantage of the time that I have right now. I'm going to go get some work done and I'll check in with you later. Happy Wednesday. I just got to school and I did not reset my board yesterday after school, so I'm going to do that right now. We do have a staff meeting this morning and I've also been helping one of my teammates with a Cricut project, so I'm probably going to be doing that during my plan time today. Let me see what else we have on the schedule. Yesterday, division went really well. I think that right now it's very easy for them to think multiplication, and we're having pretty small remainders. So we've been talking about remainders with money, how if we can't split something in dollars, then we're going to change. And then we also even got a little bit of conversation about fractions in when talking about splitting things like pizzas, or then adding an extra group or putting an extra person in a group if we're talking about people. So that feels like it's going really well for now, but I do want to continue giving them as much practice as possible because I know next time division comes around, we're going to be bumping it up. We have a game to play this morning in math. I'm not sure if it's a game that I've played before. I don't know if this is new. I'm not remembering it. but some of the games, even if they are the same name, are a little bit different, so I always make sure to look those over before we start doing them together. In writing, they've all picked a topic, and today we're working on subtopics or the chapters. And then in reading, they're going to finish reading their National Geographic that I gave them. We've been doing our informational reading unit using a National Geographic, but now we're also all going to get a Who Was book, so we can do a little bit of learning with that as well. In science, we're wrapping up the mystery that we're on, connecting it back to our owl, and then continuing to read Where is Walt Disney World for Read Aloud. That's all set, and it looks like it's going to be a good day in 4th grade today. I still have a little bit of time before my staff meeting, so I want to take a couple minutes to get myself organized here. I need to pull out my copies for today, run to the bathroom, and then with any extra time, I'm going to continue planning into next week, because like I said, during my plan time, I'm probably going to be working on a project with one of my teammates. So I'll catch up with you at lunch. I just wanted to say hi, kind of talk through our day a little bit. I had meetings and things yesterday during my plan and afternoon, so I wasn't really able to share much yesterday, but I will see you at lunch. My kids just left for today. It's been another very busy day, but Andrew was working a little later tonight, and while I was doing my lesson planning, I was seeing the specific lessons that I have coming up for math, and it's quite a bit of prep. So I was thinking that tonight would be a good night to prep that. We're starting fractions next week. We have a few different things that we do with different colored construction paper. I'm just going to make a list of everything I need, and then I'm going to grab it. I also need to cut them into pieces. I'm hoping to get all of that done tonight. That way next week everything is just ready to go for me. For next week, I need to cut some 1.5 by 12 inch strips of paper in a few different colors, and I need to cut one for me and for every single one of my mathematicians. So I'm going to go gather these different colors and then get to cutting. I just cut out all of my strips for our fractions next week. I am also all packed up. I'm going to go meet my sister at Target, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Happy Thursday. I just got to school and it is freezing and raining today. It looks like today is definitely going to be our first indoor recess day. There's an optional sign up if we want to stay in for indoor recess with our class instead of one of the recess aides coming into our room. We have not had any indoor recesses yet, especially with it being our first one. I don't mind being in here. I'm going to be in here anyway getting some work done, so I just signed up to stay in here with my class today during indoor recess. I'll show you some of the things that I have for them as options during indoor recess time. I've tried in the past to have them stay off of their Chromebooks and technology, just hoping for them to take the time to socialize with their peers. This is my indoor recess cabinet down here. I guarantee these will be used today. Different color foam that they can put back in the container. We have puzzles, magnetic tiles, Sorry, another puzzle. The Legos were a really big hit last year. I also have some Jenga pieces, card games in here, lots of different game options, and then there are some more game options back there too. I also like to grab out some art supplies for them. Usually I'll pull some of this paper. We also have dot markers and regular markers, crayons, colored pencils that they can use. They can also use all the stuff in the student center. Lots of options there if we do end up having indoor recess today, or whenever we do end up having indoor recess. I'll have to walk them through all the options and everything. Now, my project for today is working on our kindness collaboration with our kindergarten buddies. We've met with them a couple times and we're trying to keep it on the theme of kindness. The first time we met together, we just gave them a partner and they had some different kindness coloring pages that they could choose from while they were asking some get to know you questions and getting comfortable. The next time we met, Emily read, I think it was called Be Kind, and we had just a general discussion about kindness. We sent them off into partnerships and had them talk about different things that they could do to show kindness. Last time we met with them, we talked about this project that we're going to get started on. They're going to create a bingo board with items that will allow them to show kindness to somebody or themselves. This is what we gave them last time. We told them to just write on the line some ideas that they want to include on their bingo board, different examples of things that they could do to show kindness. So I have all of those papers here. My job is to take their ideas and put them into little piece options. That way tomorrow when they're creating their bingo board, they'll have their bingo board paper, and then we're going to have all of the options cut out and laid out for them. That way they can just go through and grab 16 of them, glue them on to their bingo board wherever they want to, and they're not sitting there writing all the ideas into the bingo board. I think that especially with kindergarten, it will save us a lot of time, and it's still going to take them a lot of time to pick their pieces, choose where they want to glue them, and glue them down onto their board. We're going to have them take their bingo board home, try to complete it, and let us know when they do. The following Friday, we're going to meet and have a little celebration, and they're also going to complete this reflection with their partner, and then it'll be time for us to figure out what we're going to do together next. But right now, I need to go through, take their ideas, and make the different pieces. That way they have options to choose from, and we'll be ready to go for our meeting tomorrow. Today in class, we are doing a math review. We have our Unit 2 math test tomorrow. I'm going to give them a review and then also pull some small groups. And then in writing, for our personal expertise, they have been picking their topics and also choosing subtopics for their chapter titles. I've been able to meet with quite a few writers over the past 2 days, but in addition to that, just to make sure I'm checking in with everybody and that all of my writers are on the right page, we're going to do a little check-in. So I'm going to have them share their book topic, their title, and then all of their chapter titles. So I need to print this right now. I have to go grab that really quickly, and then it's time to get to work on the bingo board pieces. It's my plan time now, and I just sorted all of our National Geographics away. I'm gonna go put this back into my storage closet. Today is the big day for our project. I just went down and made copies for today and then also my copies for next week. I'm just going to put all this together and get it sorted out. I also printed their math homework for this weekend. That's going to go in their Friday folders. I think that we're going to use this today. This is the second check-in for our personal expertise writing. Yesterday they went through and they told me their topic, their title, and all of their chapter titles. When they were done with that, they just put the chapter titles in a box and started bulleting everything that they wanted to teach or include in each one of those chapters. Today we're going to move on to talk about topic sentences, so I'm hoping to get this check-in started where they're starting to work on their topic sentences, but this might have to wait until Monday. This is for an activity that we're going to do in science next week. I was going to print 75 of them, but I thought that this activity would actually be fine to put these little recording sheets in a dry erase sleeve and they can just write their data with marker, and then at the very end they can put their result in their science notebook so that at the end of class they can just erase it all and use it for the next class. That way I don't have to print 75 of them. Try that this time and see how it goes. Here are all of our different pieces. And then I have our bingo boards. When we get down to Emily's classroom, I'm going to set out all the different options onto a table. So as they're walking through, they need to pick 16 of them to fill in their bingo board. They're going to take them all back to their seat with their buddy, and their buddy is going to help them take each piece and glue it onto a spot around the bingo board. This is in cardstock, and then I have just these in paper. That way they can glue them on easily. This ready to go. One for every kindergartner and fourth grader. And then I started yesterday with my helpers sorting all the different pieces into different bags. That way when I carry it down there, it will be easy for me to grab them all out, set them out on the table like this. So right now I need to go through and find the bag for each one of the cards and fill the cards into the bag. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now, just sorting them all away into the little bags. I'm really excited to do this project. Outside of this, I'm all ready to go for today and then now next week with all my copies and plans. But I do still need to work on my e-blast. I think that while we're down with our buddies, I'm going to take a picture and then that's what I'm going to use for my e-blast today. I'm going to finish sorting all of these into bags and then I'll talk to you later. My kids just left for the day. I ended up having lunch with a friend today, so I wasn't able to check in then, but I just very quickly reset as much of the board as I'm going to today, and then I have one more thing on my list to do. Every year I make a list of the things that I'm thankful for, so something about each student. This year I just removed their names from it, so I'm going to film it for Instagram and TikTok and here, and then I'm going to put their names in, fill it in, and put it up over here. That way they can see it when they come in on Monday. I also already sent my e-blast, so that's the last thing I'm going to do today. I'm going to get it done quickly, that way I can go home. I do have a friend coming into town. They're going to come stay with us tonight, so I have a few things that I need to get ready for that. And I have a really fun weekend ahead, so I'm ready to go home and get that all started. But first, the poster. I just finished with my poster for now. On Monday, I'm going to come in and add their names using some rainbow markers to add a little color to it. That's all I'm going to do for today. I hope that you enjoyed coming along with me this week in 4th grade. I feel like I did a lot of projects and things this week. Next week is our last full week before Thanksgiving break, so I'm probably going to be vlogging next week as well. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.